Hi there, welcome to Burning Waters of the Moon Tarot. My name is Desiree, and in this video I'm doing a reading for Gemini. For this series I've been using the Myth and Legends Tarot deck. This is the Deviant Moon Tarot, and then this is Become an Oracle deck. And we'll draw one of these cards at the end to see if there is some extra knowledge that can be imparted. Okay, Gemini. If for any reason this reading is not resonating with you, I urge you to try the reading for your moon sign or your rising sign. You can also try your sidereal placements as well. And what else was I going to say? Oh, yes. Another way to find a reading that works for you is to maybe search through and look at the thumbnails and see if any of the spreads in the thumbnails catch your eye. You know, not every Gemini is going to be going through the same thing, or the issue may have surpassed you, or it's just there's just so many factors going on. So this just might not quite fit the bill for you. All right, that is my last split. I'm going to go ahead and do one more shuffle, and we are going to pull our three major energies for you, Gemini. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess in reverse. Then we've got the Knight of Swords. And then we've got the Two of Wands. Okay, so the High Priestess is our major arcana card here. And she speaks of diving deep. We had this Knight of Swords in Capricorn's reading, and also the High Priestess showed up there as well, down here. And this card actually has been showing up a lot. So there's lots of deep diving that's going on. The High Priestess wants us to look at things deeply, understand things on a different level, try to understand the great mysteries and uncover mysteries as well. So we've got the Knight of Swords, who all knights are fire, okay? And him being in the suit of swords, he is the fire of air. So he's very he's quick, so he thinks and he acts very quickly. He puts his plan together and he just gets in there and gets it done. And he's a very quick actor, and he doesn't waste any time. He could maybe act a little too soon because he's our fastest moving, fastest acting knight. However, because he's in the suit of swords, he has good reason. He's not going to feel that he's made a mistake. Though he's not beyond saying that he's made a mistake, I'm sure. But he's very cerebral in his actions and his thoughts. His actions are very well thought out. Then here we have the Two of Pentacles, fire energy. And so we've got a 2 here, and then we've got fire here. And the High Priestess kind of has to do with the moon and water. So we have a little bit of representation of water. We don't have any earth so far. So here with the Two of Wands, this is the coming together of of a plan, right? This is the vision that you have gotten after you have the inspiration. This is where things start coming together, where you start putting things together. So we do have this Knight of Swords, who's very actionary, very cerebral. So I do see you perhaps putting together a plan and getting a plan going, so that you can bring it into this physical realm, bring it into your reality. However, with the High Priestess in reverse, this card is basically saying that there is some more things that need to be discovered. There's more things that need to be further thought upon, and perhaps before even acting. So let us dive a little bit deeper using the Deviant Moon Tarot. And at this time, I would like to remind you that if you like the video, I would love it if you would hit the thumbs up button. Also, you know, sharing the video would help. I think helps as well. That's what I hear anyway. And also subscribing so that you can see my videos as I post them. And commenting is my favorite. I love to get feedback or to hear if this reading resonated with you, if it helped in any kind of way, if I can be of any assistance, any help, or maybe just someone to listen to what's going on. You know, sometimes if we just get things out of ourselves and into the ether, they don't burden us as much. So, so yes, that is that. Okay, let's see what this is, Gemini. This High Priestess. So we've got the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. Then we've got the Empress. The Empress, I believe, she's Venus. She doesn't have a sign. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so this entire line is nothing but major arcana for you, Gemini. So this is a definite sort of, I don't want to say wake-up call, but this is something that really needs to be paid attention to. We really need to unpack this. Okay, so the only card that we have upright in this column here is the Wheel of Fortune, right? So the Wheel of Fortune speaks of fate and of destiny, maybe a little bit of karma thrown in there. But what I always like to say about the Wheel of Fortune is that the wheel just keeps turning, right? Things don't always stay good. Things don't always stay bad. So things just always go in a natural cycle, okay? And so if you're in a time of your life where things just aren't going very well for you, just know that it's a circle, it's a wheel, and it's just going to keep turning. So they're going to get better. I also like to talk about how this looks like a table, right? So whatever you put into the wheel, whatever you bring to the table is what the table's going to give back to you. So at any point, you can change your destiny. You can change your fate by changing the energy that you put into it, okay? And then here we have the Devil and the Empress, both in reverse. So the Devil speaks of our earthly indulgences, our overindulgences, things that we are doing to maybe hide from something else, you know, overworking, game addiction, drug addiction, alcohol abuse. And it can be a multitude of things that we use to sort of distract us from other things that really need our attention. And we have a tendency to do that, you know, the things that we don't want to do, you know, we kind of put to the side, procrastinate, or we'll just use something to mask that. You know, a lot of people will use drug and alcohol to mask the fact that that they want or need to feel vulnerable. And being vulnerable is a tough thing, especially if you didn't learn how to do it or you weren't made comfortable to have that space with somebody or with yourself. So a lot of times addictions are used to mask that. And then we have the Empress, which this is the Great Mother. She is a card of gestation. She's a card of caring. She's an energy of putting yourself, almost like sacrificing yourself. So just think of a mother who's carrying a child. You know, she puts everything into her body to nourish that baby, and the baby gets nourished first, and then she gets nourished. So she takes care of things, and she watches them grow. She wants them to grow. So I do see, with the Empress and the Devil in reverse, there is probably something that is needing your attention that is not getting the attention that it needs. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, I'm feeling that perhaps I'm not exactly sure what the Wheel of Fortune has to do with this just yet. So we're going to draw some more cards so we can get a bigger picture. But I feel like the High Priestess is sort of asking you to dive deeper into this situation here, where you're not putting the attention, you're not putting the intention into something that needs the attention. And I'm going to see what this is about. So let's see, Knight of Swords. So we've got the 10 of Swords in reverse. Oh, that card just looks so uncomfortable. And because he's upside down, it makes it even worse. Okay, so more air energy. Then we've got the Star, Major Arcana in reverse. And then another Major Arcana in reverse, the Hanged Man. Okay, so big message here still. So the Star card talks about a direction, okay? It's like the hope card. It's the dream card. It sets our trajectory for ourselves. It's a future thinking card. Where do we want to be in the future? And so you set your goal here and you do things in the present to help you meet that goal in the future. Then we have the Hanged Man here, who sometimes speaks of sacrifice, but sometimes he also speaks of looking at things in a different way, gaining a new perspective. And with both of these, all three of these being in reverse, and here with the Knight of Swords, I'm getting the feeling that this situation that you're in, that you're acting upon, I don't feel like it's quite the right direction, and I think you might know that. I think you might be aware on it in a certain on a certain level. With this 10 of Wands being, or I'm sorry, the 10 of Swords being in reverse, I feel like it's going on in your head, but for some reason, you're not letting it escape. You're not acting on it. Which is a little strange here because we've got this Knight of Swords, which is an action card, acting on your mind, acting on what's going on in your head. So let's get a read on this Two of Wands. So now we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Then we have another Major Arcana, which is the Lovers. And then another Major Arcana, which is Temperance in reverse. Okay, so I'm going to set this over here under my malachite. And this malachite is so pretty. Look at that. Oh, where's my lens? Sorry. Oh, I like this polished malachite. I have another malachite that's polished and unpolished in certain ways, and it's pretty big. It's a little smaller than this, but not too much smaller. This is some calcite. Okay. How did I get on that? All right. Okay, so we've got the Lovers and Temperance. So the Lovers talks about a deep connection. The Lovers is a card, is an energy of being vulnerable with that person. Being that person is like your soulmate. That person, look how that snake is biting him. Being vulnerable with somebody and having that deep connection where you guys are partners, you know, you guys are, y'all love each other, y'all are impassioned, y'all are just, you're the other half of the other. And so the energy that creates is just, it's something that's astounding, you know, it's actually something new. It's a combination of both of you two. And it's a deep bond. So we have the Temperance card, which is about moderation, but moderation more so within the self. The card that is similar to this one would be the Justice card, and that is making things equal, creating an equilibrium between others, between another situation in the outside, right? But this is more within on the inside. This is creating that equilibrium within yourself. You know, are you working too much? Are you exercising too much? Are you getting enough rest? Are you getting enough vegetables? You know, are you making sure that your physical body is okay as you're you know, working, as you're using your body to obtain resources? So we've got to make sure that there's that internal balance. Are you getting that spiritual balance that you need? So with this Eight of Wands here, this is a card of action. With it being in reverse, it's sort of in contrast with this Two of Wands, in which you are wanting to get something going. Well, you kind of have something in a gestation phase, right? This is before number 3, where, you know, something has come in to it has started, it has begun, something new has begun. You've got the 1 and the 2 that come together to make the 3, and then something new starts happening, a new project is done. But this card here being in reverse, and with all of these, I almost feel like there is an imbalance of something, and it's asking you to maybe slow down. It's asking you that there is something that needs a little bit of, so let me check here. So I was going to see what this Wheel of Fortune was about, and if we look here, so we've got all major arcana in this row. We've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man in reverse, and Temperance in reverse. So I'm getting the feeling that this hanged man is about a sacrifice, right? This is about something, something that you're doing. It's almost like you're sacrificing your hopes and your dreams for this situation over here, and that's how you're acting on it. You're using this fire energy of this Knight of Swords, and your cerebral energy, but it kind of goes against the trajectory that you want in your life. And it might be this project that's going on over here, this thing that you've got started, this this fire energy of creating something, of getting something going. It might be that it's the other person's idea, it's the other person's dream, and it's not enough of yours. You're not being fulfilled in this situation here, Gemini. And the way that I see the Wheel of Fortune kind of fitting into this whole thing is, what is it that you're bringing to the table? So if you're bringing something to the table, and that you're doing it in a way that you almost like in a spiteful way, or in a manner of reluctance, or in a manner of duty, that that's not, I don't think that that's the right that's not the right reasonings. And with the Devil showing up here, there might be some deep rooted, like, trauma type situations. Maybe a situation where you grew up in having to put yourself second, and having to put your dreams and the things that you wanted to grow, having to put that secondary. And I believe that's what this High Priestess is asking you to dive deeper into, is to uncover that, to understand that that it doesn't have to be that way. You know, you can bring something else to the table. You can change this energy. You can change your destiny. You don't actually have to go along with someone else's dream here. You know, you don't have to sacrifice your dreams for the dreams of somebody else, you know. And that's what I'm getting here for you, Gemini. Let's see what the Oracle has to say. The Oracle can bring a little bit, can kind of tie this together. Usually the Oracle cards can tie it together, but sometimes I don't get the message, but I trust that those that are watching and those who this message is for, that, you know, the Oracle card ties it together somehow. And it's very interesting how things like this work, how this energy that's put out, like you can maybe see something in a card, a scene will trigger you, a color will trigger you, even something here in my setup, you know, something might trigger you. And it's amazing how the energies work like that. It's just amazing. And that's why I say that if this reading isn't resonating with you, it might not be like a sign situation. It might be that you need to look at the thumbnails and see what spread is calling you, or check out the title and see what the title has to say, and see if the title is what calls you. Okay, so Gemini, let's pull an oracle card and see what the oracle has to say. So we've got Saturn. Okay, structure, organization, maintain order, to expand. And Saturn is our great timekeeper. You know, he kind of keeps us in line. You know, he doesn't like any of that funny business. He's very structured, just like that says. Okay, Saturn has been known since ancient times. The planet is named after the Roman god of agriculture and wealth, who was also the father of Jupiter. Let me close the window here. Those dogs get a little rambunctious. It's my neighbor's dogs. My dogs are small and they bark, and I high pitch bark. Okay, where was I? Saturn is linked to life lessons, karma, challenges, and restrictions, persistence, and resilience. From our journeys, we discovered that this planet offers us an expansion of energy, show us new viable solution, and gives us structure and logic. If this planet appears in your life, it will help you understand the mechanism of things and adapt it according to our intention. Ask yourself, what do I need to protect and preserve? How can I transmute energy from one level to another? Take care of your body. Your body maintains order and soul presence on the earth. Okay, so this, I believe that the woman who made this oracle deck, I believe she's French. So sometimes the French translation doesn't quite make sense in English. But what I'm getting for this is, you know, Saturn is linked to lessons, to karmic lessons, right? And perhaps, you know, this card, Wheel of Fortune, does have a little bit to do with a little bit of karma. And I don't want to say that you're living out your karma. That's not my place to decide on whether or not that's happening here. But like I said, I do feel like you can change this situation by what you bring to the table. Okay. Any kind of situation that you're in, you can always change your fate. You can always change your destiny. You don't have to succumb to what you have done in your past, or to succumb what your ancestors have done in the past. You know, you can change it going forward. And you are the master of your life, of this life, of your destiny, and you can always make changes. So, and it's up to you. It's up to you, the energy that you want to put in and the energy that you're going to get out. So, so Gemini, I hope this has helped in some kind of way. I appreciate you watching my videos, and I appreciate you spending time here. So, thank you very much. And I hope to see you next video. Take care.